Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. It's been a while. So it's good to be back. Thanks for sticking with me, even though I haven't put out a lot of content. Lots of drama going on in the business, the hobby, if you will say it. Business, that's kind of the problem, right? Where business meets the hobby and the bumpy roads. But I wanted to showcase a few things I've gotten. I haven't picked up a whole lot as I've tried to kind of squirrel some money away, but I've kind of, after almost 2 months of not buying anything, I picked up some deals. So I just wanted to showcase what I got and then kind of talk about my mindset, right? So first, I'm a PSA guy, so I want to say that first and foremost here. Skybox EX 2000 Ray Allen, a near mint 8. This is my fourth card of this card. I love it. A absolutely beautiful card for my Ray Allen PC. And I bought it for $10.50, and then plus tax and shipping handling were extra. So under $20 bill for this card, and just an amazing, beautiful card. That's the kind of deal I've been picking up. Not really into the ultra modern stuff. So this is my wheelhouse of the mid 90s, and that's kind of a theme for the other stuff. So, back in the day, I've been collecting, again, for over 10 years now, 2011. And I remember going to hit a Probstein auction or just a random auction in general where you could get cards graded, for $2, $3, $4, $5, Hall of Famers all day long, right? And with the way PSA, how much it costs to have things graded nowadays, it's just not feasible to see a lot of these 90s greats that I love cheering for and watching growing up and young adult here at age. It's just not feasible to see them in slabs. So I saw the other day at Probstein had a bunch of GMA cards on their site for one of their auctions. And so you'll see in front of you I have 35 slabs. Now let me say as a disclaimer, I'm a big PSA guy. I love PSA. Have over 3,000 PSA graded items. That's my number one choice. SGC is my clear number two. BGS, BVG would be my number three. My number 4, CSG, I kind of like their cases a little bit, not the big fan of their flip. But in the 5 spot, I kind of trust, I don't say trust, but I'm willing to get a GMA slab. I've got a few. And I just want to show you what I got. Now, you may not be a fan of GMA, that's fine. But when you hear how much I paid for these 35 slabs, it'll make your jaw drop. I paid under $200 for these from a Probstein auction. After taxes and the $20 shipping, it was $225 for these 35 slabs. Let me just show you what I've got and see what you think. One basketball, this 82 Upper Deck Shaquille O'Neal. This is the All-Star Rookie, just a low-end card, right? This is the kind of card that really makes no sense to send to either PSA or SGC at this point. And you notice that it's an 8.5, right? I looked over this card and if just real quick, and it looks like a fair grade to me, in all honesty. We often say trust the buy the card, not the grade. But then again, at the same time, we buy the grader and not the card. So it can work both ways, right? And by no means am I saying that GMA is on the level of any of those other grading companies. No, that is not my message here. I'm just saying it is so much fun to go out and buy some of these 90s cards of some of the greats and just 35 of them for under 200 bucks. I mean, it was a blast. It was a blast bidding on them, and it was a blast going through them when they came in today. Here's an Ultra Isaac Bruce. Not even concerned about the grades, right? Here it is in his Upper Deck rookie of 94. For time's sake, I'll show 2 of these twins. Now, if I have duplicates, it's because I was bidding with the hopes of just getting one. There is no intent here on my end to flip these in the near future. I am just picking up some stuff that these are some, the mid-90s is kind of hit or miss for me, right? I didn't buy a whole lot. I would buy a pack here or there, but I wasn't a big-time collector. And then I was my junior, senior of high school. I was just trying to save money for college. And working, part-time at Taco John's. And, money was tight, man. And I earned every dime I had. My mom and little sister lived with me. And it was just kind of like, it was tough financial times. Didn't have the money to be spending and blowing on packs of cards. So it's great to now that money's not an issue to go and pick some of these up. A nice run of Marshall Faulk here. I've got his, must be Series 1 here in a Aztec uniform. And then this Gem Mint 10. I think this may have been, was this the only one that I paid over $10 for? I may have paid just a hair over $10 for this Gem Mint 10. I don't put a lot of credence to these Gem Mint 10s from GMA, but what I like to see is that they're given the 8.5s, they're given some 8s, they're given some 9s. They're not one of those 10 or bust kind of grading card companies that have sprung up in the past. Here's another Marshall Faulk Upper Deck. 9. Here's one in an 8.5. I have this one in a PSA 9. It wasn't that. All right, a nice run of this Skybox Premium. This is a beautiful card. 8.5 is the lowest grade. Then we've got, let's show these two 9s. And once again, the reason I have duplicates is because I was just throwing bids out there like crazy. I wasn't, whatever I was willing to pay for it, that was what I was throwing down. I had, the whole mindset was just to try to get these as low as possible. I didn't win everything that I bid on. I probably won about a third of the cards I bid on. But Probstein had maybe 100 of these GMA slabs over a 2-day period. And like I said, are these truly Gem Mint? I don't know. The thing is, I'll never crack them out of here because it's never going to be really cost effective to have them graded and crossed over. But boy, how much fun. Really clean cards, right? I'm really leery to buy stuff raw nowadays. Really leery. Just, you never know what you're going to get when a card comes in hand. There's a Pro Set Platinum Brett Favre rookie from '91. I had never even seen this card in person till now. It's a good picture. I mean, this looks I looked this one over too. Maybe the corner is just a little bit of white showing on them, but really clean card for an 8.5. Now we're on to some late 90s stuff, little Torrey Holt action. Here is his Upper Deck rookie, Star Rookies. Turn it that way. And then the Chrome Stadium Club from '99. Clean card. Cool card. Now we're going to move on to 2001. Got a couple Chad Johnson cards in an 8.5 and a 9. And the thing that intrigues me about like the early 2000s is that I think, and I'm assuming that they have pretty low print runs because cards were not at all that popular. I think when you look at the price of some of these Tom Brady's from 2000, carry that over to 2001, right? The card market, I don't think, was really at a point where they were over mass producing stuff because, you had your diehard collectors, but for the most part, it wasn't mainstream at that point. A couple of Chad Johnsons and a Gem Mint 10, once again, not given much credence. I looked at these, compared them to the 9 and the 8.5, very little difference, if any. But once again, no intent to ever get these flipped over to another grader. And then another guy from that 2001 class, Reggie Wayne, a 9 and a 10. And I didn't pay a whole lot more for the 10 than I did for the 9. That's just kind of, it kind of tells the story of what collectors think of GMA 10s. Now this is an 8. This is my first LaDainian Tomlinson rookie. So I think I probably paid around $6 for this entry point. The backs are fairly clean too. Just a little bit of white on the corners, I think. This one's got some centering issues left to right. But overall, for my first LT rookie, I'll take it, man, because I tell you what, they're pretty expensive in a PSA slab. Now moving on to some baseball. Now, baseball, if you've seen my other videos, you know what I focus on as far as the modern stuff. Not modern, but for me, it would have been my modern collecting years. So mid-90s inserts. And so I want to show a really nice Metal Uniforce Titanium Griffey. I think I paid less than $6 for that. I mean, I would have paid that for the card raw and just crossed my fingers. Looking at that, it's a very clean card front and back. There he is, the hat turned backwards. That's cool. Cool shot. Here's a 2000 Fleer metal insert. This is the heavy metal. It's got a little bit of edge wear right there on the corner. That's totally justifiable for an 8. But just a beautiful card of the kid. And then let's talk about a couple A-Rods. Now this is a base from the Metal 96 set, but I love this image of him riding a surfboard. Just a cool card. 96 Metal. Opened one pack of that. Here's an insert from 97 Upper Deck, the Rock Solid Foundation. It's got a refractor finish to it. That's a cool looking card. And a Mint 9. Keeping with that A-Rod theme. Here's his Swing Time from 99 Upper Deck MVP. This is an 8.5. I'll tell you what, a little bit of damage up there on the corner, but that's legit. That's a legit 8.5. I have no problem with the grades. And this one is a rare insert, the Dynamics from 99 Upper Deck MVP as well. This one's got a really cool, a really good eye appeal. It looks like it's a little, well, maybe warped or whatever, and that may be the problem because I don't see any other issues with it. It's got good corners and edges. It's kind of got that foil finish too. The back is extremely clean as well. I think it's kind of just a little bit of warping going on here. I think that's why it's a 7. But a rare card, man. You have to open a lot of packs to get some of these inserts. Here's an interesting one. Now we're on to Derek Jeter. This is the 97 Stadium Club, the Instavision. Just a really cool card, and you can see my reflection on there. Sorry for the glare. Here, how about I do it that way so you don't see me focus on the card. One of these in a PSA 9. I want to say it sold for around $30. I paid around $5 to $6 for this, I think. Front and back's pretty clean, but a rare piece. Tough to pull that at a 97 Stadium Club. Another Stadium Club insert, the Luminous from 2000 Stadium Club. It's got a little bit of shine to it. This is around $6 as well for that. And then the last card of that 35 card set. This is the 2000 Fleer Metal Portraits, Platinum Portraits, a much more common version. There's other Platinum Portraits throughout the years that are a little bit more rarer pulls, but this is just a cool, inexpensive Jeter to throw in the collection. Man, you know what I am? I'm a fan of cards, and whether they come in a GMA slab, SGC, PSA, I love to collect. I love to collect, and I love to pick things up. And with all the scandal running around the hobby right now, this was the pick-me-up that I needed to just kind of, hey man, it's about the cardboard at the end of the day. And loved it. Glad I got a chance to share it with you. Please post, comment, tell me what you think, and I'll talk to you again later.